Hey girl, it's Miss Kavivy. So I'm going to do something a little bit different today, and I hope you guys like it, because if you do, I'm going to do more of it. Hey buddy, what's up? Okay, so I'm going to play a fun game of two truths and a lie. Okay, the whole concept of two truths and a lie is I'm going to tell you guys three stories, and you have to figure out and guess which one is not true. So, first story. All right, so this happened a few years ago. It's probably like right after I graduated school, and I was heading to the office, and I'm stopped at the stoplight. And this is like a really small town, so it's not like a whole lot of traffic going on. Stopped at the stoplight, the light changes and turns to green. The car in front of me had a slight delay, so I couldn't drive. And then the next thing you know, I feel someone ram into the back of me, and I'm just like, seriously? So I had actually been in a car accident maybe like a month before that, where someone sideswiped me, and I had like serious back pain because of it. So I'm sitting in the car, and I'm just like, oh shit. So, okay, instantly I could feel like my back starting to hurt. So I call the office, tell my secretary, hey, someone just rear-ended me. I'm not going to be able to make it. Give me some time, and I'll get there as soon as I can. While I'm on the phone, the woman who hit me, she walks up to the car, and she's probably like in her 50s or 60s. And she asked me, she's like, oh, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm actually not. Like, that hurt my back. This woman walks back to her car, gets into her car, drove around me, and she took off. And I was like, no, she didn't. So me being, I don't know, quick thinking or just petty or what, I chased after her. Like, I started following her, and I called 911 while I'm on the phone with them, following her, and I'm telling them, okay, this is what's happening. This is the car. This is the license plate number. We're on this street going in this direction. And she starts turning into like parking lots. Like, she turned into this hospital parking lot, and she's like trying to swerve. She's trying to lose me. And I was just like, this is crazy. Like, this lady is crazy. And what's sad was she had a dog in the back of her car. And every time she was like driving all crazy, you could see the poor dog like sliding back and forth. So she's trying to shake me. I'm not about to have her shake me. So I'm following her like down into parking lots and down random streets, and I'm on the phone with 911, and I'm telling them like, okay, I'm following this lady, this is what's going on. And they're like, ma'am, don't follow her. And I'm like, hell no, I'm not going to stop following her, because if I stop following her, you're not going to be able to find out, to find her. It'll be easier this way. So again, small town, cops don't have a whole lot to do. It took all of like 2, maybe 3 minutes of me chasing this woman, which seems so much longer when you're actually in it. And the cops pull up behind me, and I was like waving him like, that's her, that's her. So I pulled to the side, and so he got in front of me to get behind her. And for a minute there, it looked like she was going to take off. She turned into like this IHOP parking lot. And then she, like for a split second, we were just like, she's going to run. She like made this crazy U-turn, and then I don't know if her senses finally kicked in, and then she stopped. And I was just like so upset and distraught by everything. By the time the cops like came to me and checked on me, like I just broke down. I started crying. And then so initially they were like, oh, well, she's an older woman and we're not going to press charges. And while I'm crying, I'm just like processing all this, like, wait, what? So I kind of kicked back into lawyer mode in that moment. I was like, okay. I was like, what are the elements of the crime of a hit and run? And the cops started like hemming and hawing, like, well, if you hit someone and then you flee the scene. I was like, okay, well, that's what happened here. And yes, I will be pressing charges. So when that cop walked back over to the lady, she was like, can I talk to her? And I was like, hell no, you can't talk to me. Like, you had your chance to talk to me and you decided to run. Your chance to talk is over. So the other cop that was there, he was like, I think you did the right thing. And I was like, thank you for saying that, because if I had done it to her, it would have been a very different situation, because you would have heard how, you know, some young lawyer hit some old lady. She wasn't even that old. She was like in her 50s. I was like, lady, like, you know, you're not that much older than my mom. Like, come on, you're not decrepit. If you're so old that you don't have enough sense, you shouldn't be driving through parking lots and trying to dodge me. You shouldn't have been driving in the first place. So yeah, so that was the time that I chased down a hit and run driver. Okay, so let me think of a second story. Second story. This happened, this was a few years ago also. All these stories are like a few years ago. I'll have to think of something more recent. So this happened a few years ago. I was actually a bridesmaid in one of my friends' wedding. And the wedding was taking place at this really fancy, like beautiful resort type of facility. And they actually had a policy of like no dogs allowed. So I don't know how she was able to maneuver it to get it to where she was able to have her dogs at her wedding in her ceremony. Maybe she paid a fee. I don't know. So she was able to have her dogs, and because she had the dogs, they were very strict, and it was very clear the dogs had to like poop in a special area. It had to pee in a special area because they didn't want to upset like the other guests at this resort. Not a problem. So it's the day of the ceremony, and she wanted the bridesmaids to walk down the aisle with her dogs. It was 2 dogs, and they're both little dogs. I have little dogs too. It wasn't a big deal. I was supposed to be one of the ones walking with the dogs down the aisle. So it's time for the ceremony. I'm all dressed up. I have on my makeup, like everybody else is getting ready. We're ready to, like, the ceremony was indoors, so we're ready to, like, you know, get everything started. And I noticed that the dog that I have starts circling, and I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Now I have dogs. I know what that means. When a dog starts to circle, he's trying to pick a spot that he's gonna squat and poop. So I was like, oh crap, I don't have time to take this dog out. I thought this dog was already walked. He's about to do his business. What am I gonna do? There was a bathroom, but it wasn't like close enough for me to, like, you know, grab the dog and run to the bathroom or whatever the case may be. Plus I didn't want him to like start pooping and I'm like running with the dog and he's just like tracking poop everywhere, or I'm tracking his poop everywhere. And so the best thing I could think of was I had, like, we all had tissues. I'm a crier when it comes to weddings, so I'm always prepared with tissue. So I had my tissue. I had to put the tissue in my hand, shove it under the dog's butt, and let the dog poop in my hand. I took one for the team. Nobody can ever say that I was not a good bridesmaid, because there's nothing else for me to do, because I could not have the dog poop inside these people's nice fancy ass resort, and there's no way I was gonna make it outside in time. So yeah, that was the time I let a dog poop into my hands. Took one for the team. And I was able to go to the bathroom, flush it down the toilet, and then wash my hands. And yeah. After that, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm a little bit too close to this dog. I don't even know. Well, I have dogs. I've had to wipe poop off my dog's butts before, but it's different when it's your dog. But yeah, I took one for the team. I can't say I wasn't a good bridesmaid. Yeah. Okay, so the last story. So this actually happened when I was really little and I was still living in Jamaica at the time. So my family we traveled a lot, and I remember like every year we would go to like different countries. Most of the time we would end up going to South America. So on this one particular vacation, it was me, I think my aunt. I'm not sure if my mom was able to make it that time, so I think she just like sent me with my aunt instead, and it was like a group of us that went. So anyway, it was a 2-part vacation. We went to Venezuela, and then we were supposed to go to Curacao, which is this little island off the coast of Venezuela. So we have the first leg of the trip, which everything goes fine, and then we're flying out to the second leg. So as we're flying out, or as we're landing, I should say, it's a pretty short trip based on the distance. So as we're landing, there's some sort of a plane malfunction, and we pretty much crash landed like at the edge of the runway, and it was crazy. Like I was old enough to remember what was happening, where it was like you know, like people were yelling and they were scared, and those air mask things fell down. someone grabbed me. I'm guessing it was my aunt. I don't remember exactly who. Someone grabbed me, and I just remember we were like running down the aisle, running down the steps. Everybody was running down the runway, and the plane was like tilted on its side. It was kind of smoking. It was crazy. So as far as I know, I think there was either some malfunction with the wing or the landing gear. Something happened. The plane crash landed is all I'm saying. Yeah, so everybody's running. There was like some pregnant lady who went into labor, and I was like scared, but not like, so I don't know. I guess I was like young enough to where I'm like, oh shit, this isn't good, but also old enough to be like, you know, keep calm and just follow whatever the adults are doing. So yeah, so I actually made the front newspaper with that one. There's like a picture of me with my little fanny pack on the front newspaper, and I remember, oh, my cousin was there too. I remember like the biggest thing I was sort of pissed about with the vacation was, or with the whole plane crash thing, was that my cousin got to slide down the chute and I didn't get to slide down the chute. The things you worry about when you're 7 years old. So yeah, like everybody was okay. No one was injured, fortunately. And we just went on with our vacation. I don't know if my parents, I don't think they sued. I don't know exactly what happened with the airline or whatever else. But yeah, we went on with the vacation. Like everything was fine. I don't have any issues with flying. Obviously, I love to travel. I still love to travel and still love to fly. So it had enough of an impact to where I value life and I understand how short life is, but it didn't traumatize me to the point that I'm afraid of flying. So yeah, that's the time I was in a plane crash. All right, so you guys got 3 stories. I tried to make them different lengths, different types for different reasons. So yeah, let's have fun with it. Leave a comment below and let me know which one you think is the lie. And let me know if you guys like this kind of video where I think it's like a fun way for me to share more about myself without just being like, you know, oh, let me just tell you about me. So yeah, leave a comment below. I will do a follow-up video in a couple of days with the reveal for or should I do it in this one? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me think about that. Okay, I'll just do it in this one then. But still, I still want you to leave a comment below and let me know which one you think is the lie. My sister sent me a gift. I completely forgot that I was supposed to open it on camera, so I'm gonna do it in this video. She was very mysterious about it, but it's supposed to be some shirts that I don't know what they say, but we're about to find out. I wonder where she got this. Okay, so here's the first one. I'm sorry for what I said when I was hungry. Oh my god, this is so me. Yes, I get very hangry. I'm sorry for what I said when I was hungry. Oh, I need a tattoo of that. All right, so let's check out the other shirt. What's packaging though? The other shirt says... World's okayest sister. Thank you, Shanique. So we have this joke because it's only 2 of us. And so we always joke and say that the other person, like, oh, we're the favorite sister. Because obviously if she's my only sister, she has to be my favorite. So for her to send me a shirt that says world's okayest sister, this is hilarious. Thank you, little sister. Oh, for those of you guys who know my sister, because she used to blog with me, she's doing well. I do get comments every now and then. She finished med school. She's doing her residency right now. And yeah, she's loving being a doctor. So she's doing really great. And so the two truths were, one, yes, I did chase down a hit and run driver. That was crazy. She did damage my car and I had to go back into therapy, physical therapy for a couple of months because she hit me pretty hard. And the other truth is, yes, I was in a plane crash. The plane crash landed. I never really bothered to look up exactly what happened, but yeah, so that's true. So the lie is I did not catch dog poop in my hands. Although I do know someone who did. So it's someone else's truth, but it's not my truth. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below and I will talk to you guys next time. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave comments. It really helps me out and I love having you guys' feedback. So yeah, so comment below. All right, I'll talk to you guys next time. Kisses. Bye.